Hello everyone, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Unity of Command 2, a new World War II turn-based strategy game, and we are fighting through the campaign as the Allies in this game that lets you play as the Allies from 1933 to 1945, and we're finishing up on our second-to-last conference phase. So we are about to fight the Battle of Lumberjack and Undertone. We just fought the Battle of Veritable and Grenade. These are operations that are bringing us up to the Rhine River in an effort to get over and into the heartland of Germany to finally end the war once and for all in the Western Theater. That's where we are right now. Veritable and Grenade were operations with the British and the American Ninth Army. Now we're moving a little bit further south with the Americans and I think some Free French troops. This was taken from a live stream from a couple of days ago, so I'm just going to go ahead and get out of the way and turn it back over to my live stream myself. As always, hope you guys enjoy. Let me know your thoughts down below. Lumberjack and Undertone, March 1st, 1945. The German winter offensives have been thoroughly beaten and the Allies have regained the initiative. The U.S. 1st, 3rd, and 7th Armies prepare to push to the Rhine. The German formations facing them are exhausted and left with almost no reserves and precious few mobile formations. There's not even any secondary objectives in this one? Oh, you watched Starship Troopers an hour ago? Nice. Oh god, we had a lot of units destroyed. That means there's probably a lot of raw recruits. Your orders are to push to the Rhine and, if possible, to gain a foothold on the opposite bank. Be aware that the enemy holds strong defensive positions, that the terrain and weather are also on their side. But we have an overwhelming advantage in firepower, and most of what was left of the German armored formations have been sent east. The following units have been reconstituted by Schaeff after being destroyed in battle. This is literally the Butcher's Bill. This is the Butcher's Bill. Get it? Butcher? Me being the butcher. The following units have been reconstituted by Schaeff after being destroyed in battle. 36th U.S. Infantry Division, 103rd U.S. Infantry Division, 42nd U.S. Infantry Division, 100th Infantry Division, 45th Infantry Division, 4th Infantry Division, 2nd Infantry Division, 3rd U.S. Armored something. Oh boy. So there's a lot of German infantry here. Not a lot of armor that we can see. This is actually a pretty big map. It's a 9-turn battle. These German troops are in forts, so most of their formations are pretty well dug in, as the game suggests. The game wants us to get to Köln, to Koblenz, to Mainz, and to Ludwigshafen, as well as Kaiserslautern. So we've got a lot of objectives. There's 5 objectives on the map. We have till turn 9 for all of them except Kaiserslautern, which it wants us which it wants us to take by turn 6. Although, again, those aren't failure states. They're just for sort of the big gold star. It also wants to take Remagen Bridge by turn 9 up here and take up to 20 enemy prisoners. So I imagine the prisoners will be doable, but the rest of that could be challenging. Now, if we look at supplies, it looks like very low disruption. That little red dot, remember, in the hex is the likelihood of there being disruption. So it looks like very low disruption. I'm pretty sure it took Saarbrücken in the last battle, but in any event. In terms of reinforcements, doesn't look like we're getting any, as far as I can tell. In terms of troops at the front, like, do we want to do anything with these guys? I mean, some of these guys are out of range from headquarters anyway, which is going to suck because it means I can't use their artillery and other things like that. These guys are regular infantry, so we'll just step them up. It'll drop them basically down to replacement level. We'll go ahead and bring in another artillery unit there. Meanwhile, these guys, we'll spend some prestige on artillery, I guess. Well, I mean, I spend prestige like a drunken sailor. They're veterans, but they have 1 step. I'm sorry, guys, but I need to step you up. Step up. Gotta love those priests. Apparently, I don't have much in the way of, those guys are elite. And I can give them 1 more, and they can still be elite. Nice. The M10 helps on attack. I guess it's a tank destroyer. Okay. These guys are veterans. So in that sense, maybe I won't step them. We'll give them a priest, though. 3 seems weak, but it might be worth it. I don't have, like, any artillery to bring up. More elite troops. I want to keep these guys elite. Again, up here, I want to keep their experience. I want to leverage their experience. I think I might have spent all my secondary items here. Hey, Mad Max, thanks for the cheers. Why RTW didn't grab me as much as Luke Silas. Rule the Waves 2 didn't grab me as much because it was too similar. Rule the Waves 2 felt like it should have been a DLC pack for Rule the Waves 1. And I don't mean that as anything negative against the Rule the Waves series, but that was just my takeaways, that it should have been a DLC pack for Rule the Waves 1. That being said, I also haven't really dabbled too much in the air combat, so I'm going to have to do that for my second turn through of the Succession series when it comes, so I may feel differently. I was telling Tortuga in a Discord chat, we've got kind of a private room set up for, not a private Discord, but a private sort of chat room set up for the Succession series that I'm running. And, I was telling him that playing it for that series really made me want to jump in and do another playthrough. So I actually think I am going to do a series, although Rule of Waves doesn't draw super well for me because it's a little bit niche and just doesn't seem like there's a ton of interest. But Rule the Waves 2, I think I'm going to do a Rule the Waves 2 series as the Confederate States, do a little bit more of that role-playing stuff that I was doing for the series, and do it like from a Confederate States perspective. All right, so I think I spent all my money because the only thing it looks like I can pull through is more infantry. So it looks like all of our specialty equipment is already assigned. So in that sense, I think we'll go ahead and we'll end the preparatory phase and we'll get into the combat. Thanks, Luke. I'm glad you like it. What do you do with a drunken gamer? What do you do with a drunk? Well, I'm not drunk, but that would be, I wouldn't say difficult to do, but it is, it's a weekday. No breach. All right. I want those guys to use their artillery, so I'm going to try and breach here. No breach. Okay. Great. God damn it. What do I do? What do I do? Should I? Okay. So, do I just take casualties? Is that? Oh, nice. Those guys are weak. Breach. We drove them back. All right. So, small breakthrough there. Okay, nice. These guys can get out of 2. We breached and drove them back. These guys also get out of 2. Okay. So, I wouldn't say we've broken through, but we have gotten in around the enemy rear over here. So that will be helpful. Basically, you just get the feint. Doesn't really do much. Meanwhile, troops in the south... I mean, I'm kind of jumping all over, but we've got a little bit of an advance going here on the main road toward Koblenz in the north. The other German troops up here are probably too dug in for us to accomplish much against. We've already used our limited command capabilities. Right, so we did breach there. So we breach these guys. They've got no entrenchments. I'm going to go ahead and try and bombard them. Nice. So Oda 2. Oh. Alright, so the armor will break through here. I'm willing to take a few casualties there to try and get in behind their lines. So small advance there. Supply situation's okay. I'll take casualties there. Okay. Actually, undo that. Can these guys go here? No. All right. So again, it's about kind of wearing down the Germans and driving them back and taking prisoners and other things like that. So we'll work on that. Meanwhile, in the south, what are we gonna do? Let's breach them. I'm gonna launch a feint to see if we can prevent putting the city in ruins. Maybe that was unwise. Can we break through any of this in the south? They're too dug in, and I don't have any command points left. Great. Alright, so we can shift some troops around. So move these guys here. I mean, honestly, this late in the war, it's kind of like, alright, we need to take some casualties. Maybe we should just be willing to take them. Just to wear them down a little bit. So Saarbrücken its fortifications are broken through. We're going to try and drive in the south. My main objective is going to be take to Saarbrücken and then drive along this rail line to Kaiserslautern to get around the German rear and unbuckle this entire defensive line. So I'm going to take this city, knock these two guys back, knock them back here, take this supply depot, and here the troops over from Luxembourg are going to advance east on this supply depot, and again, potentially down this railway if it seems like there's an opportunity to do it. And that's my strategy right now. It looks like I have adequate supply everywhere along the front with maybe one exception. So I'm not going to spend any of my depot. Actually, you know what? Why don't we just spend one of our depot points over here? Maybe not that one. Let's see. Spend that one. That is better supply characteristics there. Okay, so let's move forward to turn number 2. I have not played Command Ops 2 yet, Lucas. I'd have to look into that. I mean, I don't know if that's as YouTube-friendly of a game, but... Alright, so these guys are not dug in at all. I really don't want to bombard them, because that's going to turn the city to rubble. Oh, I thought I hit feint! Whatever, we broke through. Alright, fixed. Alright, so we broke through there. We'll advance along the railway here. These German troops are dug in. Can they advance too? Nice. So this armor can advance. Okay, that infantry will keep up the advance there. Okay, so we're advancing on Kaiserslautern here. It's turn number 2, but we have gained a bit of a breakthrough. It's a narrow front, but it's something. I don't want to launch frontal assaults all along here in the south because that's just not, that's asking for trouble. I'm going to shift my armor north a little bit to help support this attack. I think we'll also increase this depot here just to increase the actual supply coming through to the front. Should keep these guys in supply a little bit better. So I think that's it for the southern spot. We drove back the armor, the mechanized troops, and expanded the breakthrough near Saarbrücken. In the north, these guys are all... Can we... This city is kind of in our way. Can't do a feint. We can do artillery. I'd be more interested in breaching, so we did that. So this will let us attack 0 to 2 or 1 to 1, 0 to 2. Let's go with these guys. Okay. All right, so I want to keep advancing along this river line here. We can attack again, or we can just advance here, which is what I'll do. Alright, so we'll try and attack these guys. These guys will peel south to support that advance. So we're continuing to advance here along the southern portion of the river toward Koblenz. And we're forming a bit of a pocket here. You can see there's a little bit of a pocket forming here with these German troops to the west of Saarbrücken. We could move in here and take the depot as well. Mad, thanks for the bits. I appreciate it. All right, so we're forming a little bit of a pocket here in the south. In the north, I think... Can these guys attack? No, they can't. I'd like to continue advancing along that rail line. Alright, so we continued the advance there. It's a little bit of a slog. One hex at a time, though, I guess. So we breached and then drove back those entrenched troops. And so as the troops to the south of the river are advancing, so too are the troops to the north of the river. Okay. Just trying to see what makes the most sense. There's a bit of a salient here. I can't... There's no... Nice. Okay, they're completely ground down. So KIA, kill, corner. Not exactly an efficient method of war. Wow, we took 3 support out for them? Alright. Oh, we can move these guys, slide them over, attack, and breach. Okay, I can't actually advance into the hex that we opened up. Or the area that we opened up, but we did destroy another German unit here in the rear, or at least drove them back. I don't want to attack in the north here. My headquarters really needs to move. Anybody out of the headquarters reach there? Still, those guys? It won't move it further east of the river. Is there a bridge that needs to be repaired? No. What if I move them this way? They're still out of reach. I don't understand. There's no point in moving him then. Why are these guys out of reach? The scenario dictates it. Alright, we'll bombard this. Breach, attack. Move our armor down here. Overrun. Alright, so we managed to overrun those German troops. Again, we're slowly breaking through here. It's only turn 2. I'm pretty happy with some of the results we're posting so far. But we'll have to see. Alright, let's go ahead and end turn 2. For some reason, you can get bits when watching ads, so when I can't run my own ads, I again get 5 more at a time. Okay, cool. Well, I appreciate the bits. I know you can spend your bits many places. The historical gamer appreciates you spending your bits with us. Wait a minute. The Germans just cut supply to their own supply depot by detonating this bridge over here somewhere. That seems really dumb. But okay. All right. Let's do this. Let's swing wide over here on turn number 3. We overran those Germans. Wait, I can't get across the mountain range. That's why. Well, shucks. Okay. So I can't get across the mountain range here, which means all these German troops here are going to be cut off from supply. Which is good. But not quite what I had in mind. Because I need this bridge repaired so I can cross it and get into Kaiserlauten's rear. Okay, let's try bombing this mechanized formation. We overran them. Advance up here, Oda 2. Took prisoners. We took 3 enemy prisoners! Alright, so swing these guys in here. Alright, so Kaiserlauten's the key supply depot there. Meanwhile, this armored unit here is astride the enemy roadway here. Plus, they also blew this bridge. So all of these troops in here are going to be out of supply. So there's really no reason to attack them directly. Which I think means I'm going to advance this way, along this narrow front here. I'm going to bring additional armor up to support, so we're going to try and destroy the Germans along this roadway. That opens up this road, so we can keep advancing along the railway toward Koblenz. This armor is going to drive here. So we've got an armored spearhead that's advancing along the southern river. They're going to be out of supply, so we need to up this depot to get them into supply. We'll send these guys down here to support the breakthrough, to make sure they're not cut off. I'll shift these troops to the south as well. Okay. I do think I want to bring some troops south here. So I'm opening up a little bit of a gap in my line right here, which is a little bit vulnerable, but I want to make sure I reinforce where we really have the breakthrough. These armored units hopefully can race on Koblenz quickly. It's only turn 3. We've got the rail line here for direct supply for the guys advancing in this direction. These guys can advance from the other side of the river and outflank the enemy. Meanwhile, we're driving on Kaiserlauten over here. If we take this, I think we cut the supply to this entire front line of German troops, so I don't even want to attack there. I don't even want to attack these guys, because they're going to all be out of supply in a turn. Unless they're able to well, even if they open this roadway back up, they won't have the depot is going to be drained. And so I think that's the situation there. Okay, meanwhile, I'm going to have to plug that gap with something. So I think I just advance them here. Advance these guys on this depot. There's still a tiny gap, but I mean, they could try. I think the zones of control would prevent him advancing along the railway here. Even if they do, they still might have supply via roadways. Meanwhile, in the north, think we bombard? I'm confused. Oh, so they can move there and attack 1-to-1? Those are some pretty heavy casualties there for those boys. Okay. I'd rather get the Oda 2, to be honest. Nice. Breached and drove him back. Okay, so I think... Alright, that actually was a better result there. Okay. Nice. Okay. So we're across the river here. Germans can't cross there. I don't think. So we own the bridge over here. We're almost to Cologne, and we just took some more prisoners. I think these German troops still have supply, but we're going to be right up astride against their supply depot. Again, I'm deliberately not attacking with everybody who can attack in the interest of making sure that I don't take too many unnecessary casualties. I know I take some, because, oh wait, I totally forgot I've got this one unit back here. So we'll advance them to the front. But I've got a breakthrough here in the center, and we are across the road or river and threatening up in the north. I wouldn't be surprised if these German armored units counterattack our infantry here. But if they do, they're going to unbuckle their defenses, so that might play into our hands a little bit. Okay. All right, let's move forward here. Hey, Lord of Light. How you doing? Hope you guys are all having a nice... this is one of the scenarios after the bulge, but not the only scenario after the bulge. Raster. All right, I didn't even pay attention what was just happening there. So... Okay. A couple of units are disrupted of supply. Part of me wants to just be like, blitz 'em! Well, actually, let's do this. I'll get supply for my own tanks. 3 KIA. There. We just expanded our breakthrough there. We're keeping the rest of this bulge all out of supply. These guys are going to race forward here. So this guy can actually move to help secure the flank. This guy will move into Saarbrücken. Meanwhile, these infantry troops here can attack and drive east to be adjacent to the city. All right. And honestly, like, I can shift these troops north because I don't think the AI would think to launch a counterattack on us. But if they do, that seems pretty foolish. So we'll keep these guys in front of the bridge. We'll see if these guys pull out. Meanwhile, these German troops here, go ahead and suppress them with a feint. These guys are regular. These guys are veterans. So we'll use a feint with these guys to drop their support one more level. It's 1-to-1. Can we bombard them? City in ruins. Brilliant. That was dumb. So bombing cities. Bad idea. All right, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and here and jump in and cut this one off. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. We're about halfway through this battle. It's a good stopping point. I don't like hour-long videos. So we're about halfway through Lumberjack and Undertone, the drive on the Rhine, the drive to the bridge at Remagen, and we've got a breakthrough. We're having success, but there are still obstacles on our way. And in our next video, we will take a look at how we overcome those obstacles. With that being said, as always, guys, I hope you enjoy the video. Let me know your thoughts below. And until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.